Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I'm Leanne. Today I'd like to talk about when you don't physically see things, how can you believe that it's happening? So think about things like places that you've never been to. Like let's say you've always wanted to visit Hawaii, for example. Um, Even though you've never physically stepped foot there, if that is your desire, you know that it exists, right? You don't have to be there and touch the ground to believe that Hawaii exists. The same thing with like celebrities. You might see them on TV, and even though you've never been there, you've never touched their hand or anything like that, you believe in them. You believe that they're there, right? So the same thing with your manifestation. It's just believing. That's all you need to do is believe that it's there. And it will show up for you. And believing starts in the mind first. And like I mentioned in another video, sometimes the 3D might take a little while to catch up to what's going on in your mind. And it's the same thing like if you're talking to somebody on the phone, you hear their voice, you're not questioning, you're not saying to yourself, do they really exist? Are they really there? Because I can't see them. I can't feel them. Yes, they're there. You know they're there. You never question things like that. When I Skype with my boyfriend, I don't wonder, is that a real human being that I'm looking at? Or is this some kind of cartoon, fake kind of video that's being shown to me? Like, no, I believe that he's right there, even though he's not physically in front of me. I hope that makes sense. It's just a little video I wanted to talk about, just to kind of remind you that you don't have to really see something to believe that it's there. I mean, you might have even heard, like when you were a little kid, things like, well, oxygen is there even if you don't see it, or like, the sun is going to rise that day, even though you might not see it because it's a cloudy day, but you know that the sun is still in the sky. It's all out there. There's a lot of things that I have never seen, I have never touched, but I just know that it's there, whether it's from hearing about it or just believing in my heart that something is there, I remember before I found love, even though I've never felt that with another human being. I mean, I'm talking about romantic love, not like the love that you get from your parents or your siblings. But even when I didn't physically feel that before, I believed in it. I knew that it was out there somewhere because I felt the love within me, and I knew that I wanted to share that with somebody, and that I'm going to receive that same feeling back when I'm with them. I hope that makes sense. So just trust. Don't worry if you're not seeing it right now. Just stay in your mind. Stay focused. Say your affirmations. Do your scripting. Whatever it is you have to do to help your mind to feel it and believe it. Because the more you're repetitive, it's going to start to feel a little more natural for you. And then you're going to start to feel less anxious about it. You're just going to have that knowing that, yeah, you know what? It's going to show up. It's mine. I deserve this. Because you all deserve to have everything that you want in life. That's why we're here, to enjoy our life, not to feel stressed about it, not to make it difficult. It should be easy for us. But as humans, we forget who we are. We forget the power we have, and we forget that we actually can have and do deserve everything that we want, everything that we feel, everything that we think about. So you will get it. It might be delayed. Just tell yourself that. I mean, how many times have you thought about something and you were a little bit worried about it, but then like within an hour or something, you got a phone call, that's connected to that situation or thing that you wanted, or, the next day it showed up, and then you're like, oh, okay. Like, I get like that when I make an Amazon order. This might be something that you can relate to. I'll order something, and then obviously I just trust that it's going to come. I don't question. I don't call customer service. Well, unless there's an issue, but you know what I mean? When I first order it, I know that I put my order in, it's coming, it's mine. And then sometimes it's showing a later date, like it's been delayed. And then for a moment, I think, like just for the split second, oh, I wonder if it's lost in the mail. Like, is it going to come here in time, because I really need this thing or I want this thing. But then I'm like, oh, well, it's out of my control. I can't help it. It's going to come. It's going to come, And then all of a sudden it'll show up. And then I'm like, oh, thank God I got it just in time, So it's the same thing with your desire. I know that we get very anxious, very triggered. It's heartbreaking sometimes when you really want something, especially when it comes to something that you really need. Like if it's money, and you feel that desperation. But honestly, I know it's hard to believe, but $1 is equivalent to $1 million because of the energy. It's both the same energy. But we put more importance on like the higher amount, because in our 3D world you kind of need a lot more money to get the things that you want, but it's all the same thing. So if you can wrap your mind around that and know that, okay, it's all the same energy, I can get that same amount of money and exactly what I need when I need it, and just relax and just trust and remind yourself that, everything flows to you easily and effortlessly, and get into that calm kind of feeling, then it will show up a little quicker. I mean, it could show up that same day. It could show up 5 minutes from there. It could take weeks. It's up to you. It's up to the resistance that you have. But if you hold on to the fact that you need this thing, whatever it is, it's just going to stay out of your reach. Like, think about it. Like, we say like attracts like. I know law of assumption is not attraction, but let's just use that. Like attracts like. So replace that word. Need attracts need. You're only going to stay in that needy energy. And you're only going to be like, it's like when we say don't think of it, like, that you want it, but think from it as if you already have it. So if you're feeling that you don't have it and you need it desperately, then that's the feeling you're remaining in. And that's why things are not showing up. So try to make it easy on yourself. Even if you take, this is what I tell all my clients, if you just take 3 days, let's just take 3 days. It's not a lot out of your lifetime. I mean, okay, think about it. If you don't have that specific person and it's been years, 3 days is not going to kill you, right? Because you've been without them for 3 years. So you take 3 days. Don't look on their social media. Don't feel triggered. Don't cry missing them. I know it's hard. I've been there. But really try to just stay in that, affirmations all day long if you have to. Go into some meditative states a couple of times a day if you're able to. But just try and stay in that energy of knowing that I have this person, I have everything that I want, everything that I need, I'm okay, I'm safe and secure, everything is always working out for me. Then you'll see things starting to show up. It could become instant, or it could be, the bridge of incidents that are slowly unfolding for you to feel like it's natural, because like I mentioned in another video, if all of a sudden, boom, they're just right there in front of you, you're going to be like, what the heck just happened? Like, this makes no sense. So it's going to unfold. Maybe they'll text you, or maybe you'll run into them and then they'll smile and start talking to you and say, let's, grab a coffee or whatever, feels natural to you. So I hope this video made sense to all of you. And I want you all to have a beautiful day. Just take deep breaths, relax, and know that it's all yours. Everything in the world is yours. You just need to allow it to come in. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next video.